It's hard to believe it's been nearly 6 months since I uploaded that retiring video. The retiring video which got talked about by a lot of third parties and lumped in with the MatPat retirement, which caused a lot of people to think I'd be disappearing forever, or that I died. Why are you still uploading content, old man? I thought we taught you a lesson, old man. Or, among the other things that I've seen in the YouTube comments and Twitch chat in the months since. But of course, as I said I'd be doing in that video, since then we've made videos on the 1.21 snapshots, and we've played through our final Minecraft Let's Play. And of course, 1.21 is just about out, pretty much feature complete, and as of last week, we wrapped up that final Let's Play. I won't spoil how it ended, in case you were still planning on getting around to it, but with that concludes the Minecraft gameplay content planned for this channel. With a little tiny asterisk there, which is that 6 months ago, when I made that video, I didn't think about the fact that it was Minecraft's 15-year anniversary around this time, which happens to be the time that I've concluded the things I was planning on. And that also, even if I had thought about it being the 15-year anniversary, I wouldn't have considered them doing such a huge amount of celebration and announcements as they have been. And they may or may not ask me to do another thing at some point in the next month or two as part of the 15-year celebration. So that's the only little asterisk there. But otherwise, from this point forward, all the planned Minecraft content is going up on Captain Sparkles 2 as VODs from the live stream. And it's interesting because in the past, sometimes I have announced my intentions to do something, and then after I post that video, I'll go, was I jumping the gun? Was this a bad idea? Should I have not done this? Oh God, did I make a mistake? Right? You second guess yourself. In this case, since I posted that retirement video and I decided, we're going to wind it down on the main channel and it'll just be live streams and on Captain Sparkles 2. In those months since I've dwelled on it, I 100% think it was the correct decision, and I'm very happy with it. I feel a little lighter. I've always obviously enjoyed making the videos on this channel, but there's something about the live streaming and the resultant VODs that just feels a lot more like the old days of making the content on this channel. And obviously that's kind of self-reporting that maybe I don't like to adapt to the new metas in the YouTube landscape, and that's a bad thing to do as a creator. But I guess after you've been doing it for such a long time, you get to the point where you've kind of been chasing for long enough and you're like, it'd be nice to just be able to relax a bit and not stress too much about, am I on top of every trend? And obviously I'm repeating myself a bit from that retirement video and my motivations for doing it, but I just think that the last several months of kind of scaling back as we've been completing the series here and going through these final snapshots has really just reaffirmed that it was a good choice, and I've been having more fun with the live streams and the gameplay there since. And as far as what is planned for the future on this channel, I really do want to lean in more to these kinds of videos, talking to the camera about topics that interest me, topics about the YouTube landscape. Now, obviously that means I can't really force a cadence because I can't force news to happen. I can't force interesting events in the world to take place that are worth talking about, which means that there could be gaps between content, but there could also be a batch of very interesting things that happen all at once. I don't know how it's going to go. Nobody knows the future, and I find it interesting to share my perspective, and judging by how the content has been received over the last year or two, that seems to be the kind of thing that people here want to watch anyway, because, well, as I've said before, a lot of the folks here have grown up over the last 15 years, which is kind of what you would expect to happen when someone is 15 years older than they were before, as their interests may well change. And so I'd like to lean into that a bit more. I know that there are folks who obviously enjoyed the fact that the Minecraft content going up here was edited and it made it a little bit more consumable. And to that, I'll say, well, obviously the VODs on Captain Sparkles 2 are much lengthier, and they're not exactly going to mimic that. If you're someone who still is interested in the Minecraft stuff, I have been trying to put more focus to strategically using the pause button in my streams, which is like live editing, if you want to put it that way. And so for tedious bits in a series where I might be harvesting a resource for a long time or talking with chat, okay, if I put this down and then I shift right click it, okay, I got to do, figuring out how things work. I can pause, have that be edited out. And in some cases, it does feel like some of these VODs probably have more editing done live through the pause button than maybe even some of the really, really old Let's Plays did here on this channel, because 10 years ago plus, when I would do like an ultra modded survival recording or something like that, I mean, I would just play for half an hour, then it'd be handed off to Nick, and maybe 5 minutes of that would end up being cut out, heads and tails of different clips that I'd record, but it was fairly minimal, the amount of editing that would take place in those Let's Plays. It was more just, polishing, so there weren't like the ums and ahs as the clip started or getting out of the pause menu. So I'm not trying to make this a whole sales pitch, but, I'm just throwing it out there. There's been some good stuff lately, including, I think, this Deceased Craft series, which concluded a few weeks ago. Maybe one of my favorite Minecraft series that I have ever done throughout the history of making Minecraft content. So it might be of interest to people. I'm just throwing it out there. Obviously, the episodes are long, and I know not everyone has time for that, but this specifically, I really enjoyed it. I look forward to the stream every day. I was like, oh my God, I want to progress more on this, which even though obviously I enjoy doing what I do, it was just like kind of another level of, man, I love working towards the goal in this mod pack. So shout out to Quan's the mod creator, or the mod pack creator there. But it's, in having more of a singular focus when it comes to the gameplay, I guess it's just raised my spirits. And you can always, invest a little bit more thought and effort the less you are focused in. And so I think it's enabled me to give a little bit more focus to what I'm doing with the live streams. And at the end of the day, one of the reasons why, and I can't remember if I mentioned this in that retirement video, one of the reasons why I thought this was just a good thing to do as a whole is because a lot of the Minecraft content that I've posted historically on the main channel, while recorded for YouTube, is not something so significantly different than what can be done via live stream. And so you have this like redundancy between the content going up on the second channel and the style of content going up on the main channel, where it's like, well, is there a reason why the final Let's Play could not have been done via live stream? No, not really. It was more symbolic. I knew that the final Minecraft Let's Play, by the time we reached the end, was not going to be having a lot of views, but it was like, this feels like a nice symbolic way, completing all the advancements for the first time on the main channel to conclude the Minecraft content, and that's why I wanted to do it. Even if in some cases, like, it might have gotten more views on Captain Sparkles too. Like, Deceased Craft did very well, all things considered, going that many episodes deep into a series. But I still, thanks everyone who watched that final Let's Play. It was fun to do. I'm glad that I went through with it. It feels like a nice way to kind of cap it all off. Although at the same time, right, it's unwise to say never under any circumstance could there ever be any Minecraft again, right? Let's say I was, cast in the Minecraft Netflix series, and as part of promotions for that, I was like, yo, let's beat the Ender Dragon with your co-stars in the. Just to be clear, I'm not being cast in the Minecraft Netflix series. I was just lending a hypothetical of, it's like, okay, beating the Ender Dragon or something with co-stars in a TV show. That'd be kind of a cool opportunity for a piece of content that I probably would be like, okay, yeah, I could go on the main channel, even though I've kind of not done Minecraft. So it's like, never say never, but I don't have plans. I don't have plans to continue and really, like I said, want to try leaning into more of this style of content, less talking about my own channel and more talking about compelling world events that impact the YouTube and social media space. But again, who knows? Who knows what the future holds? And outside of just these green screen vlog videos, as I call them, there could certainly be other things, just like the tier list videos that we did a few months ago with Iskal. There could be more of things like that. You never know what happens, but if something seems like it'd be interesting to post here, then it could go up. But I'm just trying to, without saying, I don't know exactly what's going to go up, give you a little bit more clarity into what you might expect. But appreciate you all sticking around, and hopefully the content will be of interest in one way or another. But I feel good about having more focus on, live streaming games and then talking about interesting things here on this channel, along with narrowing in on focus. I feel like I've kind of flip-flopped back and forth over the years, right? Like, I started off with just the main channel, and then we branched off into tons and tons of channels because it's like, well, YouTube likes it when you have a singular focus on every channel and you don't have too much variety in your content. You'll perform better. The algorithm will like you more. And now I feel like over the last couple of years, I kind of pivoted back to just focusing more on a smaller amount of channels between main and second channel. And as such, another recent semi-casualty is that for the second time, sort of going on hiatus on the React channel. I think it's a combination of simply financially the channel wasn't covering the editing costs any longer, which makes it kind of hard to justify. But beyond that, the Reddit reaction meta has been around for quite some time now, and it's probably for the most part run its course. And so I know people still like the Idiots in Cars videos. So I'll probably, look at the subreddit on live stream every now and again. But again, never say never. Could videos go up on here in the future? Maybe, but for now, it's just not part of the plan. And it allows me to have a more singular or dual focus between live streams and the main channel, which is sort of where I'm at. And I like the idea of being able to just not be so spread out by a bunch of different projects. That said, I have more vlogs that I want to do. There's more car stuff. That's not completely out the window. And I have stuff planned. I'm just, I'm bad at getting to it because I'm focused on these things for the time being. But that's where I land right now with the plans for everything. Also, it's like I've been posting shorts on the Captain Sparkles 2 channel as well. And it's actually, I've grown on shorts, interestingly enough, just because, I don't know, I feel like it fits well on the second channel because they are all just clips, funny clips from live streams. And so it comes from the VODs that are already going up on the second channel, but not everybody has time to watch something that's 1 to 2 hours long. And so it's like, oh, cool, I can just catch this 30-second fun clip when maybe I don't have time to catch the entirety of this VOD or many VODs in a series. And I've actually thought it's a cool integration, as much as I worry about how it's affecting between Shorts and TikTok attention spans of people and how that can negatively impact, many things across the board that require focus in life in general. But I've been having fun posting the shorts despite my mixed feelings on how it behaves as a whole for the entirety of social media and content viewership and the trends that it causes. Anyway, so that's just where things are at. But again, as far as the main channel, that's all for now, folks, when it comes to the Minecraft, barring if something does come up with the Minecraft 15-year anniversary. Just little asterisk there so that we don't genuinely get a bunch of why are you still here, old man comments, which would be justified, I suppose, on that video if I hadn't given a bit of a heads up. But it's like, I didn't know about the Minecraft 15-year celebration. I figured maybe it'd be reserved for the 20-year to do a bunch of stuff, on the decades, but I guess it's every 5 years, and I'll know to expect that for the 20-year anniversary. Man, that's wild to think about, a 20-year Minecraft anniversary. They have said it's a 50-year plus game, so I'm sure it'll happen. I'm sure it'll still be big, but it just, the years keep going by, and you're like, oh my god, it can't have been that long. It can't have been that long. It has been that long. Jeez. Right. Okay, well, before I start rambling too much, I'll wrap it up there. Thank you all for watching all the Minecraft gameplay over the years. And, yeah, it's been a pleasure. I hope you'll stay tuned for what's to come. And I will see you in those videos or in the streams and on Captain Sparkles too. So see you then.